What's going on, folks? It's Matt here from Polar Designs. I've seen a lot of videos online where people are showing some practical 3D prints, and I think that's all good and well, but oftentimes you don't get to see those in application. So here in this video, I'm going to show you some practical prints that have actually made my life better here at my house, and I'm going to actually physically show you them. So let's get going here, folks. So the first print that I wanted to show you guys is actually outside, which is why, I'm outside right now and you can hear traffic naturally behind me. The first print is on my grill, right? So you think grill, you think it gets really hot. What could you possibly 3D print that would be applicable for the situation? So it's actually not in the top part of the grill here. If I come down below and I open it up, don't mind the mess, it's pretty messy down here. You'll see that here on the top of my propane tank, oftentimes propane tanks have that kind of annoying grippy, so I actually found this one online. I believe it was just a Thingiverse print, and it's a nice little cap that I was able to print that fits right over the top of this, and it makes it really easy to open and close it. And on top of that, I was able to print a cap. Now this cap is great for transport. The cap of course goes right here on the front to prevent any propane from leaking. Practical print 1. Here we are inside my house now, and right now we're in my bathroom. I actually have 2 practical prints in the bathroom, so we're going to do number 2 and number 3 in here. The first one, let me flip the camera around, are these right here. They're tiny little window screen clips. Now, whenever we bought this house, there were these old plastic clips that were there, and they were quite yellow. They were originally supposed to be clear, and they were quite yellowed. And in addition to that, some of them were broken. So to get some uniform, another Thingiverse print that I was able to find, it would have been easily modelable, but Thingiverse to the rescue. So I took that and I actually replaced all of them in my house. So to bring some uniformity and just to make it a little bit nicer. So the next one I'll show you, so that was practical print number 2. The next print I'm going to show you is actually on my toilet. So this was a project that I did recently. I get into sustainable farming and hydroponics, and this print is on my toilet. So you can see I have right here what I call the poop and plant hydroponic system. Now, yeah, it's a little bit gimmicky, but if you want some color in your house, you want some house plants, this is a really, really good idea. This was actually a model that I designed. You can see it comes off in 3 parts. We have our middle section, we have one side section, and then we have our other section. And this section here is a very large net cup. Now this net cup sits, if you can see, right down into the toilet water there, and these lava rocks provide just a little bit of moisture to the plants. It's great for spider plants and any other low moisture, low light plants that you can grow inside. Practical print number 3. Practical print 3. I'm down in my laundry room now, and I have 2 more practical prints in this room that I want to show you. This is both projects that I kind of came about when we moved into this house and we were doing some painting and renovation. The first one I'm going to show you is actually on the laundry sink. So we have a hose that feeds from our washing machine, over to our laundry sink. Old 1947 houses, you know how they are. And I thought this water was kind of hidden all the way up the front here, and I wanted to redirect that a little bit. So I designed and printed this nice little cap. This cap here can sit properly, if it sits properly, right on here, and can redirect that flow downwards, which again, just kind of keeps the mess in one place, and the mess is in this place. That, folks, was practical print number 4. So for practical print number 5, I'm going to squeeze my way back here. This is also in our laundry room. You can see that we have this nice gas pull here to run our dryer, which is great and all, but it still does a little bit. It wiggled a lot. So my thought was, if I can create a nice little clip, and if you can see, let's see if I can get a good angle, a nice little clip that attaches to the wall back here with a couple of screws, and can kind of just, you know, pump this bracket right in. That's going to keep this from wiggling. It's going to keep me from, you know, from worrying about any gas leaks. And yeah, so that would be practical print number 5. That's practical print 5. For practical print number 6, we're in my bathroom in the basement of my house. And recently we were in the shower and we had this kind of old looking crystal, well, I mean, it wasn't crystal, plastic clear knob. Looks like it'd be in your grandma's house, right? And it was the shower right here. And taking a shower and it cracked and it broke as I was trying to turn the shower off. So that just showed me that, you know, it had outlived its life. I went online, tried to find another one. They wanted 15 bucks for another grandma shower knob, and I just didn't want it. I wasn't feeling it. So what I developed or came up with was this guy right here. So it models and it mimics exactly as the previous one did. You know, it has a stopper right here. It has, you know, the different holes to grab onto. It has an indicator to tell you if you're at hot or cold. So how it works, let's see if I can get it to work, is I place it onto here. Of course, you have to apply some effort to push it on, and then I have this wonderful cap. This cap should sit right in here once the screw's applied, and the cap gives you a nice little message. Squeaky clean. Nice and squeaky clean, a little bit of shower vibe. So that should just then pop right on there, and then there you go. You have your nice little shower knob to turn the shower on and off. That, folks, squeaky clean, is practical number 6. For practical print number 7, I really wasn't going to do this one, but it kind of came across my mind as I was in the bathroom, so we have 2 for the bathroom again. So this is practical print number 7. It's actually one that I use every single day, and I mean every single day. And this here is a comb, right? So you can see that I found a comb. I believe that I found this one online, again, probably Thingiverse as usual, and I took it and I modified it, just threw a little polar bear on there, and it is great. It is wonderful. I use it on my hair, I use it on my beard, keeps me fresh. That is practical print number 7. For practical print number 8 and 9, we're here in my workshop. Obviously, I like to do a lot of woodworking and materials processing, so this workshop comes in a lot of handy. But an organized workshop is a good workshop, right? So let me show you a little bit of how I chose to organize my workshop. So the first one here, you can see, is how I hang my tools. So right now I only have 2. My drills are out and in use actually right now. But you can see that it's super simple. This was Thingiverse fine. Again, Thingiverse, thank you. And you can see that that it has some nice little grooves, and these have been attached just to some MDF, which have been anchored into the concrete blocks there. And this comes right out whenever I need to use it. Whenever I'm done, should be able to. It's harder with one hand to slide it right back on. And even for my sander here, you can see this pops off. And then in addition, I've created a nice little pocket holder for the dust chute as well. So that is practical print number 8. Practical print number 9, like I said, is also in my workshop here. And practical print number 9 are dust chutes. So as anyone knows who does woodworking, it creates a crap ton of dust, right, folks? A crap ton. And when you're working in, you know, nice little 1-car garage, dust is not your best friend, especially if you don't have a dust collection or air filtration system, and I don't. So these puppies are great. They're wonderful. So whenever I use my table saw, I'm able to take this and I'm able to slide it right in there. This was a really quick one. I just made it on Thingiverse. I don't even think it's centered, but it slides right in there. And then I can take my my shop vac hose and just plug it right in that hole there. And the same goes for this guy right here. This guy right here, I should be able to attach it right onto the end of my shop vac hose, and then this actually goes onto the end of my sander. So that sander right there, or my other one. And these are both Really helpful and really come in handy and are super easy. You can almost find them anywhere or just design your own. So that is practical print number 9. We have one more to go, folks. I'm going to move on up to my office, my 3D print room, and we'll meet back. Here we are in my office. You can probably hear the 3D printers running in the background. That's a good noise. So the last one I'm going to show you is another organizational tool that I use in my office. It's a really simple print that I just, again, probably happened to find online somewhere, and it really comes in handy. As many of you guys know, you probably use a lot of SD cards or micro SDs or SD cards with your 3D printing or other working, whether you're using laser or CNC or vacuum former, whatever it may be. And so I found this design online. Let me flip the camera. It is this guy right here. So this guy right here, again, is super helpful. It has plenty of spots for all your little SD cards. It even has a nice little spot in the center for all your extra junk like micro SDs or micro SD adapters. And then ones you use a lot, I just kind of stick in here so I know. And yeah, so this one's really nice. These guys just fit right into the side there and hang out. There's hundreds of USB holders that you can find online, or again, design your own. I know I've done a design challenge with my students where we've created some, and they always turn out really cool. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk a little bit more about practical 3D prints and how they're applicable within your everyday life. Now, I could keep going on about practical prints I have around my house, or even practical prints for my 3D printer or other projects that I've done, and I'll make another video on that here at some point. But for now, folks, don't forget, stay creative,